Okay.
Well, good evening, viewers. Good evening to all the viewers. I'm extremely delighted to welcome you all to the ninth episode of this talk show on leadership. And today I'm extremely delighted to inform you that none other than the founder of India Coaching Federation, the chairman of Navi Mumbai Chamber of Business and Industries, is with us. And we are going to have extremely insightful evening where all the viewers will be able to learn a lot about the wisdom of more than 23 years being carried by none other than our Dr. Dhirendra Gautam. So before this, I would like to just inform you today this is the ninth episode. My name is Suresh Shetye. I am the host of this show and I am extremely happy and delighted to inform you that by virtue of last 8 episodes, we could gather a lot of information, we could collect a lot of insights from various experts who have really created their own benchmark while they were in their association with the corporates or their business or wherever they are. But extremely, it was a very delightful learning for all of us, and we got essentially, I should say that one step up. So we are looking forward to welcome all the viewers once again, and I would like to welcome Dr. Dhirendra Gautam, who is a guest of honor for this evening. And about Dr. Gautam, I would like to just brief you that once and for all, I would say that he is a qualified chartered accountant, cost accountant, and management accountant, having served various multinationals in various capacities. And the last position he had attained, that was a global CFO. That was a peak position of his career, and he got extremely a variety of experience and the exposure of working in different environments of the corporate. At the same time, he's also author. He is, as I said earlier, he is the chairman of India Coaching Federation, which is the single largest body recognized by the government, which represents not only coaches but the trainers as well. And therefore, it is very essential to understand that Dr. Gautam has got various ideations. He always keep on thinking innovatively out of box, and therefore, a lot of new projects have come up. The recent project is VSAIL, which is the community for dedicated to all women's in India in terms of improving their the empowerment, take them to the next level of self actualization. So Dr. Gautam is again the chairman of VSAIL, and with these credentials, I would like to just move forward with the show as we have planned today. The focus of this leadership theme is nothing but today we're going to discuss about the delegation, the important aspects of any leader in the corporate or the business life called delegation. So therefore, the theme is delegative leadership style. And today, in terms of the various roles that Dr. Gautam had performed at various multinationals, he also came across various opportunities to demonstrate his extraordinary leadership skill. So today, my question to Dr. Gautam will be in terms of his experience, how he could share. He would like to share his experience and how he has really implemented this style of delegative leadership. So over to Dr. Gautam for your expertise, your expert view, your insightful thought as to how your leadership style, being a delegated leader, had helped to your team to grow in their career, in their organizations. Dr. Gautam.
Yeah, thank you, Suresh. And again, I would like to thank all our audience who are continuously with us. They are watching and interacting our program, which is live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube channel of India Coaching Federation. And it's a really great work, Suresh, done by you in coming up to a level where we are having 11th episode of our talk show on leadership. The purpose, as you remember, we discussed that we should be having experiential leadership discussion on our forum. The myth about the leadership is that we all study leadership in our college and school and MBA institutions. And when it comes to practice it, I think they forget to think and behave like a leader. and they become something different. They become the autocrat, they become the manager, they become too many things which I cannot name it. But our all efforts at this forum in our this talk show is to take the people to the reality, how in practice, how in practicality the leadership should be, and the leadership should be practiced. One is being a leader, another one is that practicing as a leader. Today's question about the delegational capability of a leadership, it's a great topic to discuss, Suresh, because if delegation is not there, leadership is not there. All of us, we know, in management, in an organization, bigger organization, there are three level of managements are there. The first level management, which we call functional and operational management. The second level of managers are the functional head and department heads. And the third level of management we call the leadership team.
Yes.
The category which has been categorized in this three level basically defines the role and responsibility of these three level of people in the organization. The first level, which we called operational and functional leaders, managers, they have to manage the operation, they have to manage the function, they have to do the things. Basically, those people are the implementers. Whatever decision is taken by the company, by the board, by the management, that has to be implemented at the operational level, functional level. The role of the first level of management is to implement those work, implement those policies, procedures, processes, systems, functions. The second level of management is basically the managers. We call them the senior managers, functional head. The name itself signifies they don't require to do the things, they require to manage the things. They are having n number of level 1 staffs and management teams reporting to them. They have to ensure that the work delegated to the first level peoples are managed properly as per the expectation, as per the plan, as per the requirement of the organization, as per the requirement of the function, whatever function you manage. Here also, even being the middle level management, the role is operation and operational strategy. They are not playing an important role at the corporate strategy level. No. They have to implement the management decisions. They have to get it implemented through the level 1 people. So they have to basically manage and control the implementation of the work across the organization, across the function, across the market, across the segment. But they have to define their own strategy and tactics to implement those things efficiently and effectively. These two factors are very important. But we should never forget that they are also part of the implementation team. I will be coming to this point again, but at this point, I would like to explain the top level, and then I will come to again to
Right.
talk on this three level.
Right.
The top level management, who we really call board or management team, they are not implementers. They are the people who define the strategy, the business plan, the tactics, the functional plan, the operational plan, and their functional plan in their specific area of the function. And when they are done with their decision making process, everything has to be delegated.
Yes.
If they will try to do the things, there will be conflict. There will be an opportunity to mishandle the things, which we have seen many times in many organizations. People happens. I have been working fortunately with good company, Suresh. Most of the processes and structures are very much streamlined and defined. But being an auditor, being a professional accountant, I have been auditing and interacting with many companies, and I have seen the business owner of 5,000 crore company, which is 7,000 crore company, which is a $1 billion company, is still signing the voucher for 5 rupees and 10 rupees.
Yeah.
So that is not the management. That is not the leadership. You cannot call that person a leader. A leader has to define the vision, the mission, the growth objective, the operational objective, the operational plan, the financial plan, the functional plan, the expansion plan, how to go to market strategy, how to create the financial strategy, how to create your financial roadmap, how to create your capital roadmap, how to create a winning team, how to operationalize the management process, how to go global, how you can become responsible for the society, how you can create contribution to the society and the country you are looking for. These are the role of a business leader.
Yes.
Once they take decision of all these things, I don't have time to get into the detail of each and everything, but sure in next sessions and some other part we will be getting into that, and we will be talking to our audience one by one. So leadership, as you said it today, is all about delegation. If you are not delegated your work, operational work, implementation part, see the definition when we study the book, it says that key leadership is all about taking the decision and getting the implementation done.
Yes.
It is not implementing the decision. Leadership is all about taking the decision but not implementing the decision. Getting your implementation done. This is two different things, Suresh.
Yeah.
Implementing the decision and getting the decision implemented is two different things.
Sure.
As a leader, you need to ensure that whatever decision has been taken by the leadership team, the board, the management, needs to be get implemented. But you should not be interfering and putting your hands and finger and mind and body in the implementation process.
Certainly.
The whole organization is filled with the second level of management, functional head, department head, and the first level of management who are required to implement the decision. When
Yes.
the decision is getting delegated to the operational team, they implement that decision, and it is the role of the middle level management to get the implementation done.
Excuse me.
So that has to be very, very important. If this structure is not defined clearly, you always have management and operational conflict in the organization.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Suresh, hundreds of the organization I have interacted with and I keep on interacting with now also,
Yes. Very true.
this is very poorly managed. So-called business leaders who are highly qualified from various big organizations, they doesn't know what is the meaning of delegation,
Yes.
what is the meaning of creating the structure and hierarchy in the organization. I was asking a senior HR manager one day, what is the meaning of creating the organizational hierarchy? You will be surprised to hear the answer. He says that unless we create an hierarchy, how I can differentiate the salary structure? For him, just to structure the salary, he has created the organizational structure. There cannot be a pathetic answer than this. A structure is not created to manage the salary and level of the organization and people and how you can. That is the operational requirement that people are structured as per their roles, as per their responsibility into different kind of management level to operationalize, manage, and implement various decisions and implementation. That's why they are categorized at a different level, and you have to pay them the different level of salary. But a structure is not created to pay the salary. Salary is paid based on the structure, and roles and responsibility people are assigned. Coming to the core point of delegation, when you go to the big organization, they say everything is delegated. People are authorized, people are responsible, people are accountable for the job or KRA or the process or the function they manage. But the key aspects of delegation is the delegation with resource. If the resource is not allocated and you have been just delegated with some work, your delegation is just on the paper. You cannot be responsible and accountable for that delegated work without the allocation and authorization of resource. Let me explain this with an example. Suppose there is a company and they having the finance manager or finance director. The finance person is authorized to do all the finance operational work, managing the cash flow, but when he requires to process the payment of the supplier, employee, expense claim, voucher, he has to go and get the approval from the managing director. Then this is not the delegation. He cannot able to forecast the cash flow because the cash flow decisions are not based on his authority. The some other person is commanding the authority. It has not been allocated with the resource. When you have been given the authority, you have been given the resources, and authority to do the management of the resource at your level. And if you are authorized to manage the resource at your level, then only proper delegation works. Otherwise, delegation is just mere and management work, management word, kept it in the profiles of the people in the organization. And
Yes.
we have seen rarely some organization you will find it out where the proper delegation with authority, with resource, with responsibility and accountability is given. People are very okay in delegating the responsibility and accountability. Okay, you are responsible and accountable to do this thing. But when it comes to utilizing the resource, then you are not authorized. So how we can operationalize the decision and implement that decision? And you cannot do that. You cannot do the justice with that. That's why it is very, very, very important that the delegation has to work with resource at every level. Not I'm just saying at the top level to the bottom level, but at the middle level, at the management level. Many of the time I have seen the board of directed even doesn't empowers the leadership team, senior leadership team, and their authority remains with the board of directors. That is also not a proper leadership capability. We can talk and discuss a lot of things about this ways. I just like to say my audience before you have any other question that at India Coaching Federation we have created a wonderful advanced leadership development program which is properly identified and defined on the base of leadership capability, all the capability which we have been discussing for our 10 11th episodes. We have been captured all the capability, distinguished leadership capability to create a transform and empower business leader. How you can empower your career or your life to become a transformed business leader. That program we have it, and we encourage our audience, business leader who are in a leadership role, if they have any opportunity or any challenge in their leadership role, they can connect with us and our team will able to help them. So that's Suresh, I would just want to have a submission from my side about the delegate son of the leadership. Any further question you have, we can talk on that.
Sure. Thank you, Doctor. I think it was wonderful sharing a lot of delights, a lot of insights, and a lot of, I should say, the wisdom, the talks of wisdom, and based on the real life studies, real life case studies, whatever you have handled, in your long tenure of over 23 years in the corporate, and mostly world leading multinational company. As you rightly said, when we talk about leadership, a successful leader is one who believes in delegation, the one who believes in the team's capability. However, there are certain challenges also. When we talk about delegative leadership, there are certain challenges. In the sense, a leader has to ensure the person whom the work is being assigned or delegated should have the relevant competency. He should be, competent enough to handle the roles. Would like to share your experience about how a leader can ensure the person whom the work has been, assigned or delegated is a competent person, and what are the, check criteria, what are the validation process a leader is expected to do? What do you, Doctor?
See, this is a very good question, Suresh, you have asked, but answer will not be small. I will try to make it
Yes,
short, but we
certainly.
can surely talk on another day on this topic.
Sure.
To ensure the capability of a leader is always a challenging aspect, and there should be a proper leadership development plan should be there in each and every organization. Unfortunately, the true sense leadership development plans are a cost to the company, and majority of the people who doesn't take and believe in this kind of leadership development processes and capability, of course in long term they lose lot of things. They lose good leaders, they lose good employee from their organization. But initially, to implement that and work on that, you have to have a budget for that. And as I said, unfortunately, anything happens in the performance issue of the company, the first thing they cut it is the leadership development budget and training budget. So ensuring that the appropriate leader is at the appropriate level is very difficult unless it has been planned through a leadership succession planning. So leadership succession has to be planned in advance. Many big organizations, the company I have been working with, whether it is Unilever or Pepsi or in Motorola, we have to have a succession planning there for the leader to assume the next level of responsibility. And your leadership development plan consists that when you are due for your next level of growth and promotion, what are the key accountability and responsibility you have to deliver at that level. You have to be trained, operationalized, and have the capability to manage that. Then only you will be promoted or assigned to the succession. Otherwise, there is always a challenge. And most of the time I see, especially from transition to first level of management to the middle level of management and functional head and department head, lot of wrong decision happens. And many times it cost very high and big to the company and the organization. There is no other way to ensure the credibility and capability of a manager to whom you can delegate or not delegate, to whom we should be really getting, unless the person is in the role and he start performing, it is very difficult to manage and know. In an interview, when you take 5 rounds of interview, you will not able to judge the people, because leadership is the capability of the person, cannot be judged through the interview and mindset. It can only be ensured by having proper leadership development planning and succession planning, Suresh. That is my personal experience and what we create at the India Coaching Federation. I was talking to one of my big friend in Motilal Oswal company. They are into wealth management and they manage HNI clients, uh, big high net worth individuals. And he was talking about succession planning in family owned businesses. In India, 95% of the businesses are family owned business, we know all.
Yes.
So succession planning becomes a very big challenge in the family owned businesses, and it is not ready to say something good or bad about somebody. When I ask the question ki succession planning is a business problem or a relationship problem, the guy was a very smart guy. He said it is a relationship problem. Then I asked him, then how you can manage through a business process. A business consultant, a finance guy will not able to manage the succession planning, because succession planning is not a management issue. In a family owned business, I'm talking about the family owned business, Suresh, not about the multinational companies.
Yeah.
In a family owned business, succession planning is a relationship challenge. It is not a corporate challenge, it is not a business challenge. So it has to be managed through a proper coaching and succession planning. We have seen the biggest family of India, how it had happened when the business was split. So that is the main reason. When we assign a manager or a leader or a business leader for a different role, it has to be through a proper leadership development plan, leadership succession plan, and leadership growth plan. These all three plans can only ensure to have a proper person sitting at the leadership role to whom delegation of authority can be given, and he and she will be able to manage the responsibility without any challenge as a true leader. Having said that, there are many good leaders in our corporate, in our business. They might not be highly qualified, but they are very experienced, good leader, experiential leaders, and we see great level of delegation in the organizations. And almost all multinational companies, from the assistant manager level, we start seeing the delegation of authority. I remember when I was working in Unilever, as a finance manager itself, we have the responsibility and authority to sign the checks and payment up to $2 million. So that is a big responsibility. But there was a delegation of the authority, and we used to understand. We have been trained and managed in such a way that we have become capable enough to handle that kind of responsibility. And then the delegation was there, and we were fully accountable and responsible for our roles and responsibility and the authority what was given to us. So there are organizations, there are example, but majority of the process, majority of the company and businesses, it is not there, which is a very big challenge. The way, as I was discussing in my last discussion, the way country is transforming, the way business is transforming, the people who are not adopting these leadership capabilities, then as a leader they will be out, and as a company they will be out of the business, and they will have challenges and problems. So we need to have proper leadership style, succession planning, career planning, growth performance planning. Everything has to be part of the leadership process in the organization. And then only a company, an organization can grow and achieve all this success and growth, and can go global and create wealth for the shareholder and the organization. That's all I would like to share. It's already more than 30 minutes race, and we can take these questions to our next show, and we can talk and elaborate more on that. Thank you
Thank you.
for today. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Gautam, for the wonderful and inspiring thoughts sharing about the concept called delegative leadership style. And I'm sure viewers, in terms of major key takeaways, what they have picked up. Number one, that essentially every leader who wants to become successful to take his organization to the next level must acquire the skill of delegation. Number one. Number two, he should have the trust and belief in the team about their capability to deliver the best, and therefore it is essentially the responsibility of the leader to ensure that team around gets trained, they are being given proper authority, they are being given proper resources, so they become successful in the task which is being delegated to them. So there are many dimensions Dr. Gautam has revealed today about how a delegation can be made successful event. At the same time, how leaders have to take care of while delegating the any task or responsibility to the team members. So this is a vast subject, but we got essential the cream and outline as to what delegation is all about, and we'll continue this process, this journey of ensuring listening to the experts in terms of their understanding, in terms of their expertise, in terms of their wisdom about the entire gamut of leadership. So thank you, Dr. Gautam, for your quality time and enlightening the audience. And thanks to the audience for your patient listening. At the same time, you were quite supportive in terms of taking this our event to the next level. Thank you very much, and thanks
Thank
big
you.
thank you
Thank you. Thank you.
India Federation for organizing this event. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Suresh.